that opportunities, job-wise, are created. So when NNP say they are creating jobs, you don't have to look far. To some naysayers, cynics, take out your dark shades and you will see. In every stimulus package, even in the United States of America, when you talk about the stimulating the economy, first thing they do, they start with infrastructure, which would create an immediate impact, an immediate flow. And that has been done. The New National Party continues so to do. Because it recognized to assist persons, you have to start at somewhere. And it's not a party of making excuses or saying the situation is what it is. And the track record of the NNP is of such. They have proved, continue to prove to you, the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, that they really care. In so much as, and I must mention it here, because persons are saying that the NNP is around a long time. And one must recognize Ivan, NNP brought you through that. Build Back Better. MLE, we brought you through that. When NNP returned to governance in 2013, they had to restart the economy. So NNP has a track record of getting things done, doing for the people, of the people, by the people. We talk about the pandemic and how the NNP managed to keep this nation going, keep this nation afloat. No jobs lost in the public service. Persons continue to have pay on time public workers. Persons continue to have increases. And the situation in the country remains stable. And that is the hallmark of the New National Party. So when I come here and I speak to you voters, and I ask of you to support the New National Party, it's not about just saying things for emotion or saying things because it is fashionable so to do, but to explain to you the choice you have before you as it relates to the matters that affect you, the everyday matters. The NNP is quite capable, ready and willing to do what is required. In terms of education and educational opportunities, we know training. The NNP has placed a lot of emphasis on getting you, the people of this country, trained and ready for opportunities that will present itself. In terms of scholarship to young people, and not only to young people, to every sector of the society. And that is forward thinking, that is forward planning, getting its people ready for the opportunities that will present itself. And that is the hallmark of the New National Party. So I say to you voters, that those are the issues that matters. And the NNP has been addressing those issues and continues so to do. A lot has been done. There's still work to do. And the New National Party is standing ready and able to deliver on those things. We talk about NNP as a government being tried, being tested, and has delivered. And these are not only hollow words. These are words of fact. This is the unpainted truth. And I have no doubt, folks, that the issue confronting us presently, the pension issue, this government is quite able, capable, have what it takes to find a sustainable solution to that issue. I have no doubt. Folks, I'm here and I say categorically I'm not against pension. So don't get it or feel that I'm against pension because I'm supporting the New National Party. I believe the New National Party is the party best placed at this time to deal with a matter of solving the pension issue. In as much as the government has indicated to all that it will not appeal the ruling of the court. However, the solution to be arrived at ought to be one satisfying and sustainable to all. It's not a knee-jerk reaction just to say, like, we go pay, but you have to find a sustainable means, a sustainable way of paying, taking into consideration the young ones are to be taken care of, taking into consideration the elderly has to continue to be taken care of, taking into consideration the poor and vulnerable has to continue to be taken care of. So all sectors of the society ought to be taken care of. So when you have the national pie, it is not one person or one set of persons to get from it. And it is an issue that warrants discussion. Because you see, it is important, and NNP being a responsible government, responsible is the watchword here. It is not just a government, but a responsible one, and has showed us financial prudence in taking this country forward. And you could rest assured voters that when you vote for the new National Party, the pension issue would be one. And you could already see steps taken by this government, your government, the NNP government, to deal with the issue of pension. A committee is in place to advise. And you could see how serious and responsible the government is, the NNP government, and how serious they're taking that matter. So a vote for the new National Party, a vote for NNP, would ensure that that issue that matters to most in this country will be dealt with and a solution will be arrived at. And it's not only just a solution, but a just and sustainable solution as relates to pension. So folks, it's not just pie in the sky and just speaking out of turn, but he's letting the nation know, and in his address to the nation recently, the Prime Minister outlined many things. He outlined the pension issue is one on the front burner. However, the issue of taking care of the state ought not to be lost, seeking to find a solution to the pension. It is all well and good to say things, but it is okay to be reasonable. It is okay to be making sense in what you say. And just speaking on the new National Party, I have no doubt. So voters, you could rest assured, when you vote for the new National Party in the upcoming election, the issue of pension will be taken into consideration and a solution will be brought. However, others who are not public workers are to be understood. And I just want to say this year, being in Grenville sometime Friday, I met a friend of mine and we were having discussions and the issue of the pension came up. And there were two ladies around, and to me, the impression they had about pension, it was for everyone. So I had to speak, and say, no, that particular ruling relates to public workers. And she thought that the public workers contributed, so why the government is not paying them the money. And I had to go through the whole process of letting her understand as how this program is to bring issues to the people in a simple way so they could grasp. And she was very thankful when I explained the whole issue of pension. So that's one case in point. So that is why I'm going through the issue here now to make you understand, one, I'm not against pension. Two, pension is an issue. It is not easily solved, but it is solvable, and this government do it. And two, it's not every Grenadian worker this ruling affects. So you have to understand. So have information. As I said earlier, for matters that affect you and issues that affect you most, do the research yourself. If you don't know, ask somebody. So when you speak or you understand or you have to make a decision, you'll make a proper decision and not one that is made on emotions or that is one that is made on misinformation. Because unfortunately, there's a lot of misinformation going around as it relates to pension. And I wish persons who are in the know, yes, I believe you deserve the best. Yes, I believe what is yours should be yours. However, don't try to double standard the discussion and paint one as victim and villains and so on. It is a matter for a national conversation as to how we treat it. And finding a sustainable solution is important because the country has to go on. We have to continue to live. The country has to continue to be stable. Stability should be part of the whole thing. You don't want to come to a solution to cause instability or come to a solution where job opportunities might be affected. So in everything, we have to hear the conclusion of the whole matter. It is instructive to note that one of the issues, again, that matters to most is housing. The government has done tremendously well as it relates to housing. We could speak of the Chinese housing, we could speak of material assistance, and we could speak about improvement in in-house plumbing, the bathroom and toilet facilities to upgrade persons to a particular state. But in his speech, the Prime Minister's speech in Sortes last Sunday, he indicated that this government recognizes, yes, we're helping low-income persons to get housing from the Chinese. Persons who means doesn't afford them to get material assistance and bathroom. But however, taking into consideration and this government being a caring government, the Prime Minister indicated the plan to roll out to extend the housing business to even public workers and others. So you don't have to really depend only on getting one of the houses, low-income houses, or getting material assistance. But if you have your own place, you could get assistance to do your house. And that is instructive to note, because a man castle is his, and even with the housing project, the low-income housing project, the speech indicated there that all parishes will get part of it. And that is the kind of government the new National Party government is about. For the people, the greater good for the greater number, improving lives and livelihood. And when you listen soberly to the speech of the Prime Minister, when you listen to the content of the speech from Pamela Moses, when you listen to the content of the speech from Bello, it tells you the government recognizes it has work to do. And plans are already in motion to address those issues that matters most to the voter. So the voter could rest assured the chance or the choice is clear. NNP is a government with a track record and is offering you, the people of this country, is listening to you and recognize the issues that matters most to you as a people. I will ensure that it will do right by you as a people. So when I come here and have this discussion and say to you, vote the new National Party, it's not just about sounding or because I'm on radio for people to hear me. I'm presenting to you issues that matters most to you, the voters. And I speak of stability, I speak of opportunity job-wise, I speak of putting food on the table, and I speak of education. As one say, education is the key to get we, the people, get ghetto youths, as they would say, out of the ghetto and to thrive. Stability ensures that you flourish. So it is important to note that when you go to make that choice on election day, the new National Party is the best choice at this time And I categorically state at this time to take Grenada forward and to have you, the people, taken care of. Folks, we'll take a break here and be back.
Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Out of him foot dread, and the man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rob and cheat and oppress the poor. May God, what a sin thing. Now you been get throw one stone, and it bring about the feelings to all wicked men. What a plot, Bingy man throw one stone, and it bring about the feelings to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the days when them can send out Rasta, can't send I out, I send out Babylon. Bingy man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. What? Bingy man a throw one stone, and it bring a bad feelings to all wicked men. Things change. The table is turned.
Yes, folks, we're back. So good morning to the listeners of CRFM, C Styles, Carriacou, Real 91.9 and 91.5, and all listeners on the social media platforms of Real FM. Morning, Mr. Andre Donald, wherever you are. Morning, Ann. Morning, Lena. How things? Morning, Mene. And Rati. You know it's your boy. Like I say, so, folks, I'm speaking to you, the voters, this morning, and the importance that you should understand to the issues that matters most to you. And when you recognize the issues that matters most to you, you also would recognize that which organization, which party is best suited at this time to address those issues. And as we are housing, folks, in recent times, in recognition by this government of the trainees, the contract workers, the facilities extended at the GDB is one worthy of noting here. And that is an issue that matters to our voter, having his or her house. And in recognition of that, the new National Party has created that facilities in conjunction with GDB, where persons could go and get loans, very low interest rate, and time to organize yourself to start repaying. And that is a government that cares. That is a government that loves the people. That is a government of the people. So when I say the NNP at this time is the best party suited to handle the affairs of this country, those are the issues I'm speaking of, and those are the issues that matters to the voters of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. Another issue that matters to the voters is the social safety net program. I call it social stability. And the NNP government has not forgotten that there are those among us who means cannot afford them to adequately do what they need to do. And the NNP has continued to have those programs set up for the benefit of the people, for the greater good, for the greater number. Yes, the greater good for the greater number. Because those who cannot take care of themselves as they would like to, through no fault of theirs, the NNP has not sought to call them lazy. They recognize that there are certain people in the society that government must and should take care of. Thus, we have the seed programs and all the other programs of assistance to you, the people of this country, that cannot afford to take care of your means does not afford you. And that is what you want from a government. That is what a government does for the people. And that is what the government continue to do. So even when I speak of pension, and the government recognizes that pension is a right, the government recognizing that he has to do something to find a solution to pension, the government also realizes we cannot forget those among us, the poor and vulnerable. We cannot forget those among us who means does not afford themselves. So what your government is saying to you, yes, fundamentally the issue of pension ought to be considered, ought to find a solution, but at the same time, there are those among us who we have to take care of. And the social safety net program is case in point. And the government has continued and in some cases brought increases to that program. That shows the government is up to speed and understands. And it understands persons being poor and persons need a hand up and persons need help. So this government, at no time, the NNP government would not abandon the less fortunate among us. They would not abandon the poor and vulnerable, but bring the greater good for the greater number. And that is a government of substance. And voters, that is a government that look after the issues that matters most to you. And today, we have such social stability that the poor and vulnerable, that those means who cannot afford them could rest assured that sometime during every month, something will visit them so they could handle their business. They could handle their issues. And that is a government voter you ought to consider at this time to taking the country forward. I'm not saying any government will live forever. However, at this particular time, the new National Party is well able, the team of the new National Party, the leadership of the new National Party. Morning to you, Dr. Keith Mitchell, and all ministers and all persons attached, affiliated in some way to the new National Party. Big up yourself, because the future of the new National Party and the future of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique under the leadership of the new National Party is bright. But I guard against complacency. We ought never to be complacent and recognize that we have work to do and we have to continue so to do. So folks, I was telling you, we have social stability. So those among us who need the assistance from government, government has not shirked its responsibility, but continue to deliver. Continue to deliver to the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique at every strata. And that is a government that care. So when I say the greater good for the greater number, yes, it is a fact. When I say lives and livelihood affect in a positive way, fact. So you might not like my narrative, you might not like my pronouncement of the NNP, but the fact bear out what I am saying. At this particular time, the new National Party is best suited for taking this country forward. And we know the new National Party has a track record of coming through whenever we have issues of national importance. Case in point, Ivan, and they can't take that away from the NNP. MLE, they cannot take that around. COVID, they cannot take it from them. And yes, in 2013 to restructure and restart the economy. And these, my friends, are facts. Undisputed, irrebuttable. You might not like it. It may be affecting you politically. However, it is the truth. And the truth need no legal advice. Folks, I want to speak here now to the Imanis and the wardens. Now, this government, your government, the NNP government, has never moved from its responsibility of taking care of you, the Imani trainees. And you are to recognize that that is an issue or that is a matter close to you. The Imani program, in my view, and the view of many, and if you look at the program, you have to recognize that that is one of the best programs instituted by any government, bar none, in this country and in this region in the last 100 years. Hands down. In recognition that you, the young ones, upon leaving school, finding a job might be a challenge. Because the requirements, one of the prominent requirements apart from qualification is experience. And this government, your government, the NNP government, in recognition of that, the program was born. So when persons looking at the program and making derogatory comments about handout and wastage and so on, you have to understand, they don't even understand what the program entails or the importance or the significance of the program. So you, the Imanis, ought to understand that the new National Party is the party that put you first, the greater good for the greater number, and at the same time improving your lives and your livelihood. Fact, whilst you getting the experience, whilst you're getting the training, and whilst you're improving on your qualification, you are being given a stipend so you could continue to do. Unprecedented, unmatched, and that is a stroke of brilliance. And the NNP ought to be given kudos. So when some say that nothing has been done by the NNP, ask them, what about the Imani program? And to address the Imani program, when the pretenders who wants to enter into the corridors of power, when asked about the Imani, they say they're going to make every Imani permanent. Fact. So if you're making the Imani program permanent, that means it's like getting rid of the Imanis, and now the track record is getting rid of the Imanis. They have not spoke or given any indication that they would add any improvement to the program, but only to say that we're going to make all of them permanent. And we know that is not possible. We know that you cannot just bloat the public service because the effect would not be favorable. So you know from the onset, and I'm taking my time and have this discussion, have this thing with the Imani so they could understand where their best interests lie and which political party is best suited for them to support at this time. And don't be misled by promises, impossible promises. So yes, you the Imani. The NNP government has been there for you. And not only been there for you through all the name calling, through all the beating up on the program, and through calling the program wastage, the NNP has not let you go. We continue to launch new batches We are on batch maybe 7 or 8 now. So that is an indication that this government care about you. And you have to understand and don't be ruled by emotions or what they would say or what they are saying or the promises they have made. Character is like pregnancy. It cannot be hidden. Their character is about making the Imani go. That is their character. That is the antecedents. You don't want to be taking chances with them. And if you have this Imani program now, and they say nothing has been done, and they speaking of change, which I will get to a little later on in the program. Change means they is to do away with, to done away with, because they are not talking about meaningful change. They are just using the word change. When you ask them what type of change, they tell you, wait and you will see. Would you wait to see your fate and you know the new National Party is one that has been there for you? The one that has taken all kind of licks and blows on your behalf? The one that is ensuring that new batches are being launched to give opportunities to young people, training, scholarship, and receiving a stipend whilst you're doing that? And there are many success stories coming from the Imani. So you can't say the program, nothing has come out of the program. There are many success programs coming out of the Imani. So that means the program is what it's sold. So you, the participants in the program, the onus is on you to take full advantage of the program and to put yourself in a position for a better life and livelihood of your dependents, your family, and your loved ones. So I'm speaking to you, Imani. I'm speaking to now, I want to also speak to the wardens, the traffic wardens in particular. I know your struggles. I understand your struggles. The new National Party recognize and understand your struggles and thus create that avenue whereby you could learn, thrive, have an ability to become a full-fledged police officer and at the same time being paid so to do. That is a government that cares. That is the greater good for the greater number. Unfortunately, wardens, the persons who are now asking and advocating change, they have beaten up on you. They take you to court. They say you illegal. And all manner of things about you. So how now could they come and tell you they have some form of permanence for you? They could come and tell you they have plans for you when they trying, even going through the legal means, to diminish you or to make you look less. And that is the crux of the issue. So when I come this morning and I speak of matters and issues that affects you, it is not about noise. It is about the issues that affect you. So if they say, and it is on record, and they took you to court, and they continue to say you're illegal, and they continue to say all manner of derogatory things about you, and now do you believe they would show you any love if they enter into the estate of power? I could answer that question for you. They will not show you no love. And they'll get the opportunity to do to you what they always want to happen to you because they don't want nothing to happen for you. And that is why I speak to you this morning on the issues that matters most to you. It is not about who say they believe in young people. It is not about who say in time for change, but it is about the matters, the issues that matters most to you. You being gainfully employed. You have something to take care of yourself and your loved one when the end of the month comes around. And that is the issue that matters to you. It's not about jumping up and out who old and who young. You have to know who is there for you, who been there for you, and who will continue to be there for you. So folks, I am going through these issues here so you get a better appreciation and understanding what it is when I say you stand up for Grenada, that I am standing up for Grenada. no curving in my vertebrae. There's level to this thing, and you have to understand the NNP has attained the level of understanding you, the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, who has a better understanding of you, the poor people, the vulnerable people in this country, and has not moved away from its responsibility, even in the face of criticism by those who claim they are the bright people in this country. That's a claim they continue to make. And anytime one says, I'm supporting the New National Party, they call you all kind of derogatory names. And the level of disrespect, folks, by these people. And I have to say this here at this point. On social media in recent days, we all know about the situation of the Premier and the BVI. And people in this country, this beloved country, are not remembering that we are one family. They go so far as to wishing that this Prime Minister, our Prime Minister, would be in a situation like the Premier of the BVI. And how low could you get? How low could you get? And these are the same people supporting, and these are the same people that come and tell you, we need a change. But even love for their own fellow Grenadians is questionable. And you, the young ones, you, the Imanis, you, the wardens, the traffic wardens, you are to understand that for you, a vote for the New National Party is a bread and butter issue for you. It's your bread and butter. You have to ensure that you safeguard your bread and butter. And a vote for the New National Party would ensure that your bread and butter is safeguarded, bar none. And that is a fact. So, when I speak to you and I address you on matters or issues that matters most to you, your bread and butter matters. And it is up to you, Iman, it is up to you, wardens, to ensure that you keep your bread and butter, that you keep your employment. And that in itself is an issue you ought to understand. And make that choice for you, because a vote for the NNP would be ensuring that you keep your work. I put it simple to you, that you keep your work. So if you want to keep your work, Imanis, if you want to keep your work, wardens, simple. What you have to do come election, they vote for NNP. Like I say, it's not about emotion. It's not about jumping up. It's not about who say they're young and who say it's time to go and who saying they day long. It's about who would guarantee you that you keep your bread and butter, that you keep putting food on your table. And these are the issues that matters to you. So I'm here speaking to you. And in the last 8 years, my friends, the New National Party has spared nothing in treating with or doing things on the behalf of young people, the youth. But still at the same time, not forgetting the elderly among us. Still at the same time, not forgetting those who means doesn't afford them. Still at the same time, doing for the poor and vulnerable what a caring, what a responsible, and what a loving government would do for its people. So it is instructive to note that the New National Party has and continue to put people first. The New National Party has continued to keep the social safety net, social stability in general, provide opportunities in education unmatched, unprecedented. Even learning institutions have been upgraded to make it more comfortable for you to learn. And at the same time, providing assistance, even paying for subjects, even assisting in books continue, uniform continue, transportation continue, school feeding program, and all program necessary to give you, the young people, a forward, to give you the opportunity to flourish, to give you the opportunity to blossom like a lily in rain season. And the New National Party will be coming very soon and asking you for that support. And it is very important to you that you understand giving the New National Party that type of support would be giving yourself a support, would be ensuring that your legacy, would be ensuring that your children's future will be secure, would be ensuring that you continue to put bread on your table, food on your table, that you continue to eat. And that is instructive to note. And these, my folks, these friends, is the crux of the issue here. This is the crux of the issue. Which organization politically is best suited at this time to handle the affairs of this country, to handle the affairs of the people, to do right by the people, to find a fair, just, and sustainable solution to the pension issue, and at the same time taking care of other businesses. And folks, when you speak, your voice is always being heard and demonstrated in the last budget, and up to now, gas has been capped, fuel has been capped. And that is instructive to note. And these are the issues that matters to you, the voter. And these are the issues the New National Party have been championing and continue so to do. And find ways and means of getting things done for you, the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique, and not coming and present to excuses. And even when the government has done for you like what he has done for gas and basic commodities, taking in less revenue from the revenue stream, it has still continued to produce the goods, still continue to do what a caring government ought to do. And now all the work the NNP has come, we have seen the fruits. Because during the pandemic, the fruits caused this government to continue to honor its obligation to you, the people of Grenada, and not make excuse and not cause issues to come and say, well, we cannot handle this thing or we cannot do that. Even so much as to reward you, the frontline workers, for the sacrifice you make, because the NNP recognize from sacrifice derived benefits. And that, folks, what is the hallmark of the New National Party. So when I say to you, you ought to understand the issues that matters most to you, and you treat with those issues, and you cause the New National Party to return overwhelmingly as you are accustomed doing, you, the people of Grenada, deserve the best. And you, the people, have been receiving the best from the New National Party. So, folks, when I speak to the Imanis and the wardens, if you want to keep your work, you have to vote for the New National Party. The New National Party has demonstrated to you time and time again that it is the party for times like now. In times like these, we need a responsible government. In times like these, we need a caring government. In times like these, we need a loving government. In times like these, we need a government that would not create scandal and instability. In times like these, we need a government who recognizing it has to make sacrifice on education and cause our people to be educated and prepared for what is to come. In times like these, we cannot forget those among us who need help. In times like these, we need the new National Party government. And the new National Party has earned that right to come to you, boldly, you the Grenadian people, and say to you, come to you boldly, you the Wardens, and say to you, come to you boldly, the Imanis, the elderly among us, persons on the on the safety net programs, and say to you boldly, vote for the new National Party. Because the new National Party has done right by you. The new National Party has done what you expect and even more for you, and ought to be rewarded by your vote. Because they have been taking care of the issues that matters most to you, satisfactory. And a lot has been done, there's more to be done, but when you vote, the NNP will continue so to do. And folks, I going through these issues here today so that you understand that we cut out all the noise and soberly get to the issues that matters to you. And in recognition, when you get to the issues that matters to you, think about the team, the leadership that is capable of doing what you want. Folks, we'll take a break here and be.
Hold not thy peace, O God of my salvation, because the mouth of the wicked and of the deceitful is open. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Out of him foot dread, and the man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. You know, hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rob and cheat and oppress the poor. May God, what a sin thing. Now you been get throw one stone, and it bring about the feelings to all wicked men. What a plot, Bingy man throw one stone, and it bring about the feelings to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red eye. How they want to see the days when them can send out Rasta, can't send I out, I send out Babylon. Bingy man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. What? Bingy man throw one stone.
Yes, folks, we're back. Morning to the listeners of CRFM's Styles, Carriacou, Real FM 91.9 and 91.5, and all listeners on the social media platforms of Real FM. Morning, Colin. What's up, bro? Yes, folks, we're back. And I just want to go through some facts. Take you on a journey of facts as relates to the performance of the new National Party government. Economic growth. That is a fact. Reduced unemployment. Facts. Forward planning when the debt haircut and all kind of talk was made, and then during the pandemic we realized the NNP was so forward planning that plans put in place, we reap the benefit and we reap the fruits. So NNP plan the corn. They don't want to come and only raid the band. They plan the corn. NNP, because of the stability, responsibility, NNP were able to receive assistance, financial assistance and support from the IMF, the World Bank, the EU, and the CDB. Let me stick a pin here. Now, all who talking about they're going to make everybody permanent. When you bloat the public service, these people and them go realize you're not serious about governance. So the mere fact that you're telling people you're going to make everybody permanent, not being responsible, you cannot or will not be able to get assistance. The homegrown program was one where the NNP did well, and that shows the commitment, that shows the ability, that shows what Dr. Keith Mitchell and the team of the New National Party is all about: people. The reduction of the deficit. So we don't have to sell assets to pay salaries and so on. Government was continue to live within its means. And that is the crux of the issue. When I say to you, friends, I have no doubt whatsoever, no doubt, not even a modicum of doubt, that the New National Party will find a fair, just, and sustainable solution to the pension issue. Unpaid claims in the Treasury, the NNP dealt with and treat with that. Increase in capital expenditure. So we see more roads, we see infrastructure, we see school improvements, we see hospital improvement. We see growth in the economy, and we see a lot of jobs through those initiatives. And these are facts of the New National Party. I'm not just coming and trying to make up that and say it here. Look around and see. We've seen mega projects from investors. That shows investor confidence in the stability of this country, in the ability of the party in government, and has confidence in the leader, the Right Honorable Dr. Keith Mitchell. And that, my friends, are facts. Public workers receive pension. Those who retired. So the whole talk, so when when I say to you that the New National Party will bring a lasting, fair, and sustainable conclusion to pension, I have no doubt. Salaries has been paid on time every time. Increases has been paid. One-off back pay has been paid. And that is the hallmark of a government that cares. And these are facts irrebuttable. Even if you don't like the NNP, you have to give it up to them and say, yes, they've done right by the Grenadian people. So folks, when I say the issues that matters most to you, these are the issues here. No public service worker, and yes, no public service worker lost their job or retrenched. And we went through the same pandemic and so on. And that cannot be said about other countries in the region. So that tells you the NNP knows how or knows a thing or two about governing this country and governance. So asking you to support them, I am well placed so to do based on the facts presented here. So it's not something I'll tell you, boy, I don't know what will happen, and we go try. I could tell you what has been done. I could tell you what continue to happen. Hope was restored on the return to governance of the NNP. Hope was restored, and opportunities continue to be presented for the young ones. And that is the crux of the matter. So when I speak to you, the Imanis, when I speak to you, the Wardens, I am well placed so to do based on the track record of NNP, based on what NNP has been doing. And I could assure you that they will continue to do right by you when you vote and support them when election time comes. The NNP has been an inclusive government. Even when you speak of the situation with gas and fuel and electricity, because of the inclusive nature and understanding you, the people, measures has brought to bear. Unfortunately, the leader of the change wagon was one of the persons blocking these issues when he was representing WRB against you, the people. You must never forget, he was representing WRB against you, the people. So when government got back Greenlake, and they said, oh, they borrow money to pay, because government, your government recognizing getting back Greenlake is a way of you or managing or helping you to lower your bills and so on. And that is the hallmark of the New National Party. Putting people first. It's all about people and not self. And that, folks, I am well placed when I speak and ask you, the people, to support the New National Party. But at the same time, issues that matters most, both sides of the coin, are to be known. Now, I don't want to sound biased. I want to give all the information to you to make your mind up. Under the NDC, we had a failed economy. Facts. And the excuse was recession. Under the NDC, years of negative growth minus 2%. Facts. Under the NDC, record high unemployment over 40%. Facts. Borrow to pay salaries and recurrent expenditures. Facts. Record high deficit of over 18 million per month. Facts. That is the antecedents of the National Democratic Congress. Government was living outside of its means. Facts. Unpaid claims in the Treasury went up high like Mongaso. $110 million owed to local businesses. Facts. Low capital expenditure. So we need to see this thing in roads. We need to see this thing in schools. We need to see hospital and so on improvement. So when they run up and taking pity of a slide, like they forget, act of God, hand of nature, they run up and taking all kind of photograph of slides. But when they were there, they didn't fix it, no roads, do nothing. All of a sudden, they know how the roads creating jobs. Record businesses close here. Facts. That's NDC. That's the NDC, the National Democratic Congress, antecedents. Investor confidence was at all-time low. Facts. Public servants was not paid on time. Public servants, all they was not being paid on time with NDC. All they received no increases under NDC. Facts. I'm not trying to come and say anything. I'm just being balanced here. I told you what the NNP has achieved, so I am duty bound to tell you, the voters, about the NDC. The young people lost all hope, because as you win in 2008 July, you call them and you tell them go home, Lee Manis. They lost hope in you. And the quintessential part of the whole thing, the National Democratic Congress had political chaos. Facts. Infighting. Facts. They had to expulsions from the party. Facts. No confidence. And those who claim that they are bastions of good governance and so on, they even closed down the People's House Parliament. And that is the antecedents of the people who are asking you now to vote them in because we need a change. And these are facts. Even if you're not supportive of what I am saying, those are facts that you cannot rebut. You cannot say these things didn't happen. And that is the hallmark of the Congress. So when they say we want change, or when they say NNP are wrong too long, ask them what is it they have for the Grenadian people. Could they guarantee us that they would not have political chaos? Could they guarantee us that they would not have political infighting? Because even to choose candidates, folks, we see what's happening. I'm not here to big them up or to give them forward, but I'm just here so that you'll understand the nature of the beast. So that you understand the people that are now coming and speak of change. Like I say, character is like pregnancy. You cannot hide it. And as we hear folks on the issue of change, I ought to add my 2 pence to change. And the call for change. And as one person indicated, I hope that the young people will break stick in the airs and put concrete over it. I hope that you're listening. The NNP has brought positive change to this country. So when we're talking about change, the NNP has brought change or changes, improvement to the housing stock of this country. In so much as the stability, confidence, financial institution has more confidence in this country now more than any time before. So persons could receive loans to build houses. So we see massive infrastructure, plenty housing building, and that is an indication as NNP has provided an enabling atmosphere and condition in the country, stability. So even the financial institution has confidence in the government of the day. So they borrow the people money to build houses. So that's the change, and that's the positive change the new National Party has brought to housing. And they didn't stop there. They recognize that those who means cannot afford them to go to financial institution and get loan. The housing assistance program is there. To those who means cannot afford them to do in-house plumbing, the toilet and bathroom facility is there. And to those low-income people in this country, the Chinese housing. So when you talk about change, when you talk about positive and meaningful change, the NNP is the party for change. So you ought not vote otherwise for change, because you already have positive and meaningful change under the new National Party. Infrastructure, folks. Infrastructure is one of the vehicles initially to drive the growth of the economy. One of the vehicles that drive employment. One of the vehicles that ensure disposable income is within our communities. So everybody could flourish. And stability is the linchpin to achieve this. Infrastructure grows the economy by creating jobs, attracting foreign investment, and creating jobs. And we know when jobs are being created, we have disposable income. And the spin-off of disposable income, improve infrastructure, the growth of the economy simply says that there's more monies in the hands of the people of this country. And when you have more money in the hands of the people of this country, everybody benefits. The boss men benefits. The village shops benefits. The barbers benefit. The hairdressers, the nail technicians, the supermarkets, the fisher folks, the fishermen, the poultry farmers. All these people benefit. So you see, the NNP has brought change, positive and meaningful change. So all this old talk about change, don't make sense. So with these facts I'm giving you, now you see what I really mean when I say the issues that matters most to you is better addressed by the new National Party at this time. And this is no old talk. This is no pie in the sky talk. These are real issues, the greater good for the greater number, positively impacting the lives and livelihood of all in this country. Living conditions. The NNP has brought change and improvement, reasonable change, meaningful change, better constructed houses, more constructed houses, improvement in the housing stock. More persons have been able to put food on the table, bread and butter issues. And these are the changes, positively and meaningful changes, the new National Party has brought. So when they say change, we have to wonder what change they're talking about. Because we've seen positive change. We've seen meaningful change. We could feel those changes, both tangible and intangible. We've seen the love of the new National Party government to the people of this country. We've seen the NNP show love among itself so that no scandal cannot be attached to the governance of this country, the stability, no political infighting. And folks here, I would say, hasten to add, there may be differences from time to time within the house of the NNP, but we are one family. And we know how to dialogue. We know of conflict resolution and conflict management. And I here say to you, NNP people, don't let the piece of board you didn't get, or don't let you don't get your bathroom and toilet yet, or don't let the housing assistance don't reach you yet because you apply a while now and you didn't get it. That ought not make you upset enough not to go out and vote. Because a vote from you will ensure that your time will come. A vote from you will ensure that you continue to give the NNP the mandate to continue to take care of you, your loved ones, your children, and your children's children. We are one family. The cutlass does bend, but it doesn't break. I'm speaking to you, the NNP people. And I will not bury my head in the sand and come here and pretend that from time to time, we, the NNP family, does not have disagreements. But we always find our way back. And I'm calling to you, the NNP persons who are disgruntled, I am speaking to you this morning. Come back home. We need you. We need you to come back home and give NNP the support and the mandate to continue to govern this country with love, with care, responsibility, and be responsible to you, the people. So it is important that you, the NNP people, for reasons or not, we need to have this conversation. I'm here waiting, ready and able to facilitate those conversations as to get you back into the family. The family cares for you. The family is depending on you. You ought not to be misled. You ought not to get emotional and forget the bigger picture. You ought not forget the greater good for the greater number. Yes, I must admit, maybe things may not have gone as you planned. Maybe you might be still waiting for certain things. But folks, I could assure you that the NNP government is the best government at this time to address the issues that matters to you. You know what you have to do. You know you are welcome. Yes. Opportunity for the young people. The NNP has brought change. Meaningful change. Change that makes sense in terms of providing training, opportunities, and at the same time, whilst you are training and developing yourself, the NNP has provided you with a stipend to ensure whilst you developing and making yourself better, whilst you developing your capacity, you could eat. You will not starve. By his deeds shall a man be known. When you ask NNP for bread, you get bread. But between 2008 and 2013, when you ask the Congress for bread, they offer you stone. So the NNP at this time is the best party to deal with and to treat with the issues. So I want you, the people, you NNP people, you'll have start reaching out to the family. Reach out to the family, reach out with love. When I just joined the organization of the RGPF, I was stationed at Sortes. And my mentor at the time, Mr. Maras, Belshazzar Inspector Maras, he says, whenever you see a drunk person in front of the station, don't push them away. Embrace them, bring them in, treat them right. And when they leave in, let them leave with a bail form and a charge sheet. Ensure that you take care of them. I'm calling to you, the NNP people. Those who have backslide, those who have issues and grievances, reach out to them. Reach out to them with love. And not to reach out to them and say, it's my time now. And as I'm on that, folks, the debushing program will soon be here. And I don't want us, NNP, to jackass the thing. Yes, I say. I don't want, because I'm speaking to my family here. I don't want us, NNP, to jackass the debushing thing. Everybody ought to eat. And we ought to show people how we care and the love we have, so we cannot afford to jackass it. I said it. Because I want us to understand the issue here. I want us to understand Grenada is at a junction. And it will depend on you, the people, as to the direction we'll go. The NNP has done a lot. There's work to be done. But the NNP at this time I emphasize, is better placed to continue the reins of governance. And you, the people, ought to recognize that. Taking into consideration the issues that matters most to you. So when I speak here, folks, I speak on those issues. We'll take a break here, folks, and be back.
Instead of that, they only sit aside and rob and cheat and oppress the poor. May God, what a sin thing. I have been get throw one stone, and it bring about the feelings to all wicked men. What a plot, Bingy man throw one stone, and it bring about the feelings to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red eye. How they want to see the days when them can send out Rasta, can't send I out, I send out Babylon. Bingy man throw one stone, and it bring about the feeling to all wicked men. What? Bingy man a throw one stone, and it bring about the feelings to all wicked men. Things change. The table is turned. And you will have to live and live and learn. And don't fret. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Bingy man we throw one stone, and it bring up bad feelings in Africa. Bingy man we throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling in a European land.
Yes, folks, we're back. And the NNP has not only give bread, but they are in the process with all the plans and program for the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique to learn to make their own bread. But at the same time, whilst learning to make your own bread, you have to be sustained. To the listeners of CRFM, Sister Isles Carriacou, Real FM 91.1 and 91.5. Big up yourself, listeners. Big up Paul Thomas. Have a blessed day, my brother. Thanks for the comment. Now, I was going through some issues where NNP has brought positive change. And one of the changes, Paul Thomas, is that NNP is teaching a man to fish, because he recognizes there's a need to be taught. But at the same time, NNP is giving the tools to cause you to learn to fish. Now, NNP has brought positive change for the young people, because now they have opportunities to excel, to build their capacity. And like I say earlier on through the Imani program, there are many success stories to show that if you apply yourself, if you take advantage of the opportunities, you don't have to remain being an Imani, but you could get yourself to a state where you could cause other persons to be employed, teach other persons to be self-sufficient, teach other persons to build their capacity. And these are the changes NNP has brought to the young ones, give them hope, positive hope. So when we speak of change, we speak about positive and meaningful change, and not change only the word change and speak of change. The level of governance in this country, the NNP has brought change positively and meaningful. We cannot point the finger at ministers for scandal, underhand dealings and so on. Exemplary governance, ably led by Dr. Keith Mitchell. And that is a positive and meaningful change. So even in governance of this country, the new National Party has brought change. So when they speak of change, what change are they speaking of? Because if NNP has brought all this positive change, and you saying we need that change, but that is not indicated by the citizenry in the past 2 elections, so I wonder where this hollow call of change is coming from. And like I say, we cannot take things for granted and be complacent. We ought to do what is right. We ought to do what is fit and proper. We ought to be registered. We ought to be ready for when that day come. So all that is being said, we could vent and vent in the polling booth. And by 10 a.m. we could go back home and rest for the result and ensure that Grenada will be kept in safe hands, in safer hands. We ought not forget, because we want the country in safe hands. We want the country to be able to provide the greater good for the greater number. We want the country to provide meaningful opportunities for lives and livelihood in a positive way. So the conversation ought to be, when I sit and I look all at those issues that matters to me, looking at the persons coming before me and asking me for the support, which group of individual, which leader is capable of addressing those issues that matters to you. And I hasten to add, the new National Party at this time is the party capable of handling those issues. And folks, the NNP has demonstrated time and time again its love, its care for the people of this country. And those are the issues that matters to you, the voter. And it's not an issue of emotion or an issue of copycat, but it's an issue of you, the voter, and the country. And for our country's sake, no sacrifice ought to be hard to make. And if we put our country first, and if we really truly decide to put our country first at this time, the choice is clear: the new National Party. Education, the amount of assistance given in that area, the improvement in learning facilities to make it comfortable for you to learn, you to develop yourself, you to develop your capacity. So when opportunity presents itself, you're capable and ready to handle positive and meaningful change. Health. The NNP has demonstrated through the pandemic to you that it truly cares for you, the people of this country. And even when it has to take unpopular decision, for the benefit, for the greater good, for the greater number, the government is ready so to do. The improvement in health facilities, the improvement in the amount of doctors and medical practitioners we have here is an indication that the new National Party has brought positive and meaningful change. So when they talk about change, it is a right to do so, the constitutional right to say about change. However, the crux of the matter, the pith and substance of the discussion ought to be, those are the issues that matters most to me. And the new National Party at this time is best capable of handling those issues. And you, the voter, ought to understand that. And not just understanding by hearing, but you have to do what you have to do. You have to get registered. You have to go out and vote. Go vote. And you have to vote for the NNP, the new National Party. The NNP has brought change and positive change to the assistance of the poor and the vulnerable. The NNP has never forgot. And the philosophy of the new National Party is no one must be left behind, even the poor and vulnerable. And I always maintain Dr. Keith Mitchell and the team of the new National Party understands the plight of the poor people of this country more than most. That is why the NNP has never given up on the poor people. But yet, when you speak of the poor and vulnerable, and when you defend the poor and vulnerable, and when you say you support the NNP because they believe in taking care of the poor and vulnerable, we are called all kind of derogatory names. And that is the crux of the matter here. No? It is not just about talking nice when it is fashionable so to do, but your action attached to your speech. So it's not only about talking the talk, but the NNP has talked the talk and walked the walk. So I have no doubt that at this particular time, the NNP government, under the astute leadership of Dr. Keith Mitchell, and the team, the united team of persons, men and women, they care. They show love. They understand. And you have to give them the mandate to continue so to do. So the poor and the vulnerable, those means who cannot afford them to do what they want to do, could be rest assured that this government, your government, the NNP government, is resolute, is ready, is capable, has the responsibility, understand governance, understand the people. So you, the voter, are to understand the issues that matters most to you is best addressed by the NNP at this time. And that is a fact. Some may not like the sound of it. Some may not agree. But they are not entitled to their own facts. These are the facts. This is the fact in issue. We talk about changes and positive change. Never in the history of this country, never, we have had such freedom of speech, unprecedented in this country. We have freedom of speech, and that is a positive change and meaningful change the NNP has brought to Grenada. Everybody could speak now. Everybody could go on social media and call people Morocco and all kind of name now. You understand? Anybody could call NNP stupid and greedy now because they have freedom of speech. There was a time in this country history when they couldn't try that. They couldn't try that. So when they speak of change, you have to understand. And this is a common sense discussion we're having here. This is a discussion letting you know that the NDC is not ready yet. At this time, they're not ready. So we don't want people to come in like Eddie because they're not ready. Freedom of speech. So anybody could say all and sundry. If you make derogatory comments about the Prime Minister, and some of us who claim we want change, we sit idly by and say nothing because it is fashionable for us. You understand? And that is about respect. That is about decency. That is letting the people know that we're ready in all aspects to govern this country, to which the NNP has demonstrated to you, the people. So when it comes down to the issue that matters most to you, the voter, I've went through some of the issues today. And to let you know that the New National Party is the party best suited at this particular time in the history of our country. And I believe the Ancient of Days has placed the Right Honorable Dr. Kit Mitchell in this position to treat with the pension issues. And he never let his servants go through anything without training them. So MLE Ivan, the pandemic, and yes, we starting the economy in 2013 was training for you, Prime Minister. So be not dismayed. Even the Ancient of Days has sought to prepare you for that issue of pension. Because among the politicians here, you are the only one who have shown the appetite. Yes, to deal with the pension issue. And that ought not to be forgotten. So to those who believe that the pension issue is one of your doing, ought to think it over, or to think it again. But the Ancient of Days in his infinite wisdom has chosen you, his servant. He has given you this responsibility in the twilight of your career. He has given you the opportunity to make your legacy so solid that even those who disrespect you, the naysayers, the cynics, those who even try to badmine you, even when they write history, they will have to mention you. So be not heartened, be not dismayed. And we, the NNP fraternity, we, the family of the NNP, will ensure that you are in the position to carry out the will of the Master. Even when the word became flesh and dwelt among men, and he spoke to his disciples in the Garden of Gethsemane, and he taught them how to pray, he said, not my will, but your will be done. So, Prime Minister, I want you to let the Ancient of Days know it's not your will as it relates to the pension, his will. He has placed you in that position because he has prepared you. And he is now preparing your table before your enemies. He will anoint your head with oil. Your cup will run it over. Surely goodness, Mr. PM and Mossy shall follow you all the days or the rest of the days of your life. And you will do right by the Grenadian people. And the Grenadian people recognize that you will do right by them. So whenever you decide to ring the bell, whenever that day comes, Prime Minister, you will get an overwhelming mandate again. Because the people recognize that your leadership, your team of people is best suited at this particular time. If ever there was a time that Grenada need you, Prime Minister, is now. If there was ever a time that you have to show the people your care and your love for them, is now. And I know, I have no doubt, not even a modicum of doubt in my mind, that you, Prime Minister, will do right. You, Prime Minister, will show the people of Grenada that you understand and your love for them. And you will ensure that the pension issue a just, a sustainable solution will be brought. And as you indicated, you will not forget the poor and vulnerable while doing that. You will not forget the young one and the youth while doing that. You will not forget even the public workers while doing that. You would not forget those means who cannot afford them while doing that. You would not forget the poor and vulnerable. As my Jamaican friends would say to me whenever we speak, and they would ask me, Prime Minister, what's all the poor people governor? And I would say, the man, they fit like a fetal man. In their own things. So they'll say, the man did it. So you did it for the people here. And I know that you are the one so designated and designed by the Ancient of Days to treat with the pension issue. So no matter what they say, no matter what they try, no matter the amount of disrespect they condone, that would not derail the will of the Master. And I say to you in my opening read, worry not. He will take care of you. Worry not. He has already decided you is the man to deal with the pension issue. But I want the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique to understand that they have this civic duty to perform. They have been told by me and others of the issues. They have decided the issues that matters most to them. And they will make the choice, because I recognize that we, the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique, are a wise and proud set of people. And we, when time comes to put country first, we always do that. And this is now a time that we ought to put country first. And whenever you ring the bell, PM, we will be working steadfastly to ensure that the mandate is given worthy of your sacrifice, worthy of your contribution you have made to the country and the Grenadian people. And I say here now, have a blessed day, PM. The future bright under your leadership. The future is bright for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique under your leadership. And you have so chosen and picked a team of men and women worthy of carrying this country forward. And that speaks volume of your leadership. That speaks volume of the type of person you are. Recognizing that you would not go forever. You are putting the country first. You are putting the people of Grenada first to ensure that they are in safer hands. To ensure that the greater good for the greater number. To ensure that lives and livelihood is affected in a positive way. And that speaks volumes of the type of person you are. So I'm here thanking you, PM, for all that you've done. I am here imploring you that you are chosen to deal with the issue of pension. And I know you'll do right by the Grenadian people. I know you'll find a lasting, a fair, and a sustainable solution, not only for the public workers, but for all workers in general. And that is why, folks, and these are the issues that matters to you, the voter, and you ought to know that the new National Party, Grenada, will be safer hands in the hands of the new National Party. And you ought not forget that. So you ought to tell your neighbors and your friends and your children and your children's children to continue don't spoil a good thing. Don't jackass the thing. Continue to support the New National Party. And here I speak to those among the family who are disgruntled. Now is the time that you come and settle all issues. We have a track record of good conflict management and conflict resolution. We may not agree every time, but we know when it's important so to agree. And to those who are in the position, don't see that is our time. Though jackass the thing as relates to the debushing program, remember we are all Grenadians, we are all family, we are all one family, we came from the same boat. So everybody got to eat. And show the love and show what the New National Party is made up of. An inclusive set of people who care for all and sundry, who recognize the greater good for the greater number, who recognize the poor and vulnerable among us, who recognize that who need a little more than some, who recognize that we have to love and show love. And it's not just about talk, but to show people at this time that your government, this government, the NNP government, is the best government suited for handling the affairs of this country in a respectable, loving, caring manner. And that is the hallmark of Dr. Keith Mitchell and the New National Party. Stability. Stability. That is important. And people, folks, I hope this discussion today has brought you to the point when there's no doubt in your mind that you've discussed the issues that matters to you, that you've listened to the issues that matters to you, that matters to your children and your children, that matters to Grenada, and recognize that you are in safer hands with the New National Party, and recognize that at this particular time, the New National Party is the party best suited to manage and handle the affairs of this country. So to all the listeners of CRFM, Sister Isles Carrico, Real FM, and Real FM social media platforms, thank you folks for listening. And I hope I've been able to edify. I hope I've been able to simplify the issues that matters to you and give you confidence to go on through this week, and give you confidence knowing that you'll be in safer hands with the New National Party. Anyway, folks, have a blessed week. Take care in anything you do. Be safe. Love you all. Bye.
Instead of that, they only sit aside and rob and cheat and oppress the poor. May God, what a sin thing. I have been get throw one stone, and it bring about the feelings to all wicked men. What a plot, bingy man throw one stone, and it bring about the feelings to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. I